Thank you, everyone, for joining us today to discuss and understand the programs, placements, and prospects of rural development offered as a Master of Social Work at TISS Tuljapur. I am Sauraveswar Sen, founder of Catalyst Learning Services, welcoming each and every one of you to be part of this discussion. It is a real honor and pleasure on our part to be able to host the esteemed faculty members from TISS Tuljapur with us. Before we begin, I cannot help but introduce them for the benefit of the audience. And throughout the session, I would also like to mention that we will try to maintain a cordial yet informal format of conversation. And as we discussed, the medium of instruction is going to be primarily in English and Hindi. We'll begin with introducing Dr. Sri Krishna Sudhir Patuju. Sri Krishna Sudhir Patuju, working as an assistant professor, School of Rural Development, Tata Institute of Social Sciences in Tuljapur since 2013. Prior to TISS, he worked with Geetam University, Visakhapatnam. He had a PhD from School of Economics, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. He produced several research articles on organic farming in international and national reputed journals. He had written a book on economics of organic farming, a study in Andhra Pradesh. His research areas are organic farming, rural entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, artisan entrepreneurship. He has been serving as an editor for national and international reputed journals. He has guided 7 MPhil students he associated with the International Federation of Organic Agricultural Movement, Research Institute of Organic Agriculture, FIBL. He has been a fellow of the Linnuans Palm of Gothenburg University, Sweden in 2016. Dr. Sri Krishna Sudhir Patuju has been working on the rejuvenation of village industries, which is the core philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi and J.C. Kumarappa. Thank you so much, Professor Sri Krishna, for taking out your valuable time and being with us today. Joining Professor Sri Krishna, I would like to welcome Dr. Sridhar M. Samant. Dr. Sridhar M. Samant likes to engage in various subjects like climate change, which covers science and socioeconomic aspects, different protocols of laws, adaptation, and mitigation strategies. Dr. Samant has worked extensively in the field of rural development at TISS Tuljapur. His teaching vision is to bring an integrated knowledge of different dimensions of environment and management from the various experiences. Dr. Samant has a rural experience from field research at TISS Tuljapur. He has a corporate experience from research at NITI and Morgan Stanley Capital Index, MSCI, as well as from IISc Bangalore and University of Pune. Dr. Samant brings many experiences and collaborations with the corporate, NGO, and government sectors. In addition to the subjects that Dr. Samant already teaches at TISS Tuljapur, he also uses the case study method so as to have better engagement with students so that they can learn through discussion and debate other than being one way. It is also possible, Dr. Samant feels, to introduce and include element fieldwork component for more practical learning and understanding of the ground realities, which has been a significant source of learning for both him as well as for the students at TISS. Dr. Samant, thank you so much for taking out your valuable time. And it's a real pleasure once more to host both of you at this discussion session with our students. Participants, once more, really appreciate if you can keep your videos on, right? And before we begin the session, I would also like to mention that throughout the discussion, please feel free to use the chat box on your Zoom app or the Zoom chat client to put forward down any question or queries that is coming to your mind We will try to address as many questions and queries throughout this session. But prior to beginning addressing the questions, I would request the faculty panelists to help us create an understanding with a formal introduction through the lens of the teaching that you practice at TISS Tuljapur about rural development and TISS Tuljapur at large. Over to both of you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving an opportunity to interact with the rural development aspirants of this Tuljapur campus. So just I'll just give an overview about that what is Tuljapur campus, how it is different from other uh, campuses of TISS. And I'll give a overview about that what is the program of this rural development, how what we will teach in these 4 semesters, and what is the career prospectus at the end of the day. Career prospectus, my colleague is here, Dr. Sridhar, will explain because he is a helm of affairs about the career guidance and placement cell of Tuljapur campus. So if you can look at that 1936, the TISS Mumbai is established for providing of a social science education, social work basically. Later it became a social sciences. So after completing a 50 years, then we want to reach to the rural area. So where you think about that, that time it was in 1986 means it's around 75% of the population depend upon the agriculture and allied activities. And as well as there are some places where you can look at different climatic zones in the country where you have a semi-arid areas which has a low rainfall and high poverty. So where social work can bring any meaningful change in the social, in the lives of the people. So that was the thinking. It was there among the leaders of TISS at that point of time. Then they chosen this Tuljapur campus where it is geographically semi-arid area and low rainfall and high poverty situation. So that's how we started in 1986, and there initially TISS done a various field work programs, field action projects, action research basically, and 2004 we started the Bachelor of Social Work program in rural development. That is what actually genesis of starting of academic programs in Tuljapur campus. So when they started in 2004, this 2004, the entire the curriculum is basically depend upon the creating of a rural development cadre people. So what are the problems and how social work can help to address the problems. So after introducing in 2004 the program of bachelor program, then there was a demand came from the students and as well as from the alumnus also. So why can't we have extensive program in the masters? Because rural development, if you can look at, that is not able to create employment opportunities. So that's the reason, again, thought process happened in 2009. The program started in MA in social work with specialization of rural development. So that was the program. It started is around 20 batches, around 22 batches are graduate, and we have around 1085 alumnus who actually passed out from this program over a period of time. If you can look at this, enter the program into in 4 semesters, and what actually we teach. So generally in this we have a 3 type of courses we teach. One is that foundation courses is like that there are students comes from the different disciplines. So where engineering students also can come and join, and you can get students from social sciences and as well as physical sciences also. So for providing of understanding, we have a foundation courses in the first semester. We call it as a foundation courses, then core courses such as the philosophy of social science research, and you have a qualitative and quantitative research methods, and as well as philosophy of social work. So and that kind of things we call it as a core courses, and skill courses, research methodology, and the field work. So in the first year, end of the first semester, we will have a rural field work. Since it is a rural development program, and the 30 days students will stay at the villages and then understand the village experiences, and then they'll also use various tools like participatory rural appraisal, rapid rural appraisal to understand the village and what are the aspects, pillars of the rural development. When it comes to the second semester, same. You will not have foundation courses. You'll have a core courses, and then you will have a field work. That field work is agency. The students will be placed in the agencies, not government agencies, is the private agencies like NGOs, non-governmental organizations. They will be placed again 30 days to understand that how these organizations are trying to work with people problems and with the government agencies. And the third semester, the field work is related with government agencies. Like you have a livelihood missions, like you have a Maharashtra livelihood mission, and you have a livelihood mission of the Kerala and Rajasthan. So it's like that. Almost all livelihood missions, the students will work. In the fourth semester, you will not have a field work. You will have an internship. So that is basically the first year structure. And the second year structure will be explained by my colleague Sridhar Saman. And one thing is that what actually we do through this thing. So what actually this program is aimed at? The program is aimed at to create a rural development professionals at a different levels. So if you can look at that, what are these courses you will learn and what you will do? See, there are two things are there. One thing is that every student is joining any professional course to seek a employment opportunity. That is one part at student level. At the second level, we also look for the students who are bringing a social change. As you talk about the social work, some of the students who are graduated social work, you have a lobbying advocacy. There are various techniques which who can bring the changes. So what we teach the students with a grounding of foundation courses and providing of a research tools, understanding about the concepts of social work, and you have a Dalit and tribal studies, and so on. What we do is that we try to sensitize the students and try to give a hands-on experience to the students. What is rural India? So many students are coming from the rural areas, and you will also experience many rural issues. But we want to put you in a developmental framework. So if you can look at, I can give an example of the Gunnar Myrdal of Asian drama. Some of you might be come across with that. So Gunnar Myrdal says that it is a development drama. So if you can take a drama, different characters comes and goes, and how a drama goes on. So similarly, it's a development drama. Similarly, the India is a country where we are talking about the development. There's a positive change. If you can talk about the development is a positive change according to the Qatar Singh. So how this positive change can be realized in the rural areas. So that's what entire this program is kept into a different semesters, and the students will be given that orientation to be a one thing is that earning of your livelihood. The second thing is that you can create a social change. You can be part of that. I call them the students who are studying of a change makers, as rural development champions. So how it comes to rural development? So you are all bringing of a change which is required in the rural areas. So over to Sridhar, I can take a little later the student initiatives while the discussion. Yeah, thank you, Sridhar. Over to Sridhar.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sudhir sir, for the wonderful explanation. I hope I'm audible. Yeah, good. So good afternoon, one and all. My name is Dr. Sridhar Saman. I'll be engaging classes related to climate change studies, disaster management, livelihood development policy, and other stuff that I'll be engaging on, ecology and sustainable livelihood. So anything related to environment, I'll be engaging the subjects here. Most important to you, I am also the placement coordinator. So luckily for us, for the last year, we had 99% placement. We couldn't place one student. And earlier to that, 100% placement. And earlier also we had nearly teaching 100% placement. So by that time, we had 4 courses: social innovation, entrepreneurship, development planning and policy, sustainable livelihood and natural resource governance, and rural RD program. So about 100 students. Now, this year we have limited to 1 course, that is rural development program. So we expect a better performance. So the highest package that has gone up to for this for our batch is about this batch that has passed out. This batch, we are still trying. It's nearly 80% of the batch is placed till now, and we are still working on it. The CGPC, we have the uniqueness about the placement is the CGPC team, the Career Guidance and Placement Cell. It's a body selected by the students for the students. It's totally independent. It's funded by the students, and it's a body of 16 people who reach out to the companies, who reach out to the alumni, and try to get the companies over on, and then look after the placement. So it's a student-led movement. I am just there to guide them in case or be the face when we are dealing with the companies. But all the processes are done by the students. Even now, when the students have left the campus, completed their course, they are all working from wherever they are to see that the other remaining people are getting placed. So we are working on it. So that's the overall gist of the placement. So the highest package was around 8 lakh rupees, and the presently the average is around 5 lakh rupees. Okay, but that doesn't mean it's a guarantee. Nobody can guarantee anything. So this is a platform. This gives you a platform to go out and to let the placementers or the people come in and try to engage. So TISS is a very good platform. TISS has its own brand name. So when you say you are from TISS, you don't have to explain much because they know, okay, that you are from social work and your knowledge is not questionable. So that is one part, that advantage that you have when you come out from TISS. But that doesn't guarantee success in life. So this might give you a head start to others, head start to you when compared to others, but overall it's in your performance. How do you work and how do you take it forward? So success or anything in life is not guaranteed, so you have to work for it. So this gives you a good platform to start with. You will get an edge. You will be starting ahead of others. Okay, so that is there. The social work aspects, it's good. And one of the main reasons, I'm sorry for the noise, just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, so one of the most important thing that of this, where I've engaged with recruiters a lot of time, and the one thing that they like about the TISS students is their adaptability on the field. Okay, compared to whatever, I'll not take the names, whichever other institutes. TISS Tuljapur students are known to be very gritty and able to adapt to the tough situations of the field, and they have been very appreciative of that. So for example, I'll give like ICICI Foundation. Okay, so they recruited about 21 students in 2022 batch, 2020-22 batch. Okay, they recruited 21 students, and the performance was so good by them, and the institute was so happy, the ICICI Foundation, that nobody has left. So next year they came, they took 5. So none of them have left, and the organization is very happy with them. So this kind of good reputation comes up when you're good alumni, work hard and do good. But that also in a way showcases the strength of rural development, that the students are willing to go to the field, a tough situation, and work there. And that is what TISS Tuljapur prepares for you. You are just coming to the campus. Our campus is very, very far from interior of Marathwada region. Tuljapur, one of the drought-prone regions, very hot. Today, the temperatures are like, I'm not luckily there, but it's 40 to 43 degrees centigrade there. So it's very hot, out of the place, no theaters, nothing entertainment. So by default, you are being trained for a rural development life. So you'll see the toughness and the hazard, not the hazards, the challenges faced by the people. So we sometimes in the cities don't face the difficulties like the people follow there, and we try to guide them because of our degrees. But you really know and appreciate the people when you live with them, see the temperatures, what they are living in, and the hardships that they are yeah, that you see day in and out. So that is one of the advantages. But that is also a challenge. It's not easy to adapt to such a remote location and that stuff. But that is what TISS Tuljapur stands for, and that's what the advantage that the students get, and that is what some of the organizations look for also. So many foundations and others, major recruiters are like ICICI Foundation and Mahesh Foundation, Deshpande Foundation, okay, Rajiv Eka, Orissa Livelihood Mission, Kerala Kutumbashri. All these are a few organizations that can come to my mind. There are many more. Ormas, Orissa Livelihood Mission, OLM. So these are the livelihood missions that they really look for, and they see that they specifically come to TISS Tuljapur to get the rural development practitioners and others. So, sir has given a wonderful brief of first and second semester. More subjects that we cover are in third semester are like environment and climate change, where we deal with the latest happenings of climate change and the policies and other stuff, what climate change is, what is not. So we'll be studying that, what is the new ESG thing is coming. We'll be touching on that. Then financial inclusion, microfinance, which is very, very important for people in the field. Okay, so that is there. Then disaster management, this is another course that I engage with. So here we studied with different disaster frameworks. Okay, we talk about climate change. Okay, but what climate change? What is going to, we know now the climate change is real, it's happening. The one of the impacts that climate change is going to have on is disasters. It's going to increase the intensity of disaster that's going to take place. So how do you do that? So the different policies, how different nations are trying to adapt to that, that will be studying. Okay, then different rural development projects, policy planning and management. So project management is a very important aspect that today that people, you should know how to run a project, what all to look at and how to do that. And TISS Tuljapur students are really doing well. So only recently one of our students, in just 1 year, she's now handling a project of 1 crore in BIF. Okay, so they have been very happy with her work. Kudos to her hard work that she's getting, but this is the high esteem that the organizations held our students to. Okay, then social work and Dalit tribal studies. Then there is modes of natural resource and sustainable rural development, farm and non-farm linkages, food security, right to food and rural livelihood. So food security is a major concern also with climate change. Food security is very, very important. What are different aspects of food security and that stuff we'll be learning. I engage this subject also. And then technology and development and models of rural entrepreneurship and others. So technology, what is the latest technology that we look into and others. So overall, in the gist, like what Sudhir sir has said, and to add to it, we give an overall gist of what rural development is. You'll get a hang of it. But also our students are very, very, what you can say, very, very active, and on their own, they are learning many courses. Okay, today you have the advantage of online learning. Okay, so you need a statistics, go out and do it. You need to know something, you go and on it. So this is the addition that you will be doing. So TSS Tuljapur can be a base, but how good you use this base depends on you. Okay, that you can't say कि ये हमारे syllabus में था. Now that is the reason that our batch could give. Okay, we were not taught this, but today that's not the reason, because internet is there, everything is there, AI is doing different dimension today that we are coming up with. Okay, so we don't have a question that कि हमको पता नहीं है. Okay, now one of your seniors, Bappa Aditya Mahata, he's just passed out from our institute. Okay, so the number of courses, I see his profile on LinkedIn. Every 2-3 weeks, he's coming up with some new course. Okay, that I also don't know. He has got a certificate on that, and he's working on that, and he has done very good research on dissertation and paper he's working on. So that's the innovativeness as a student that you should be bringing in, and how good you make of this opportunity. See, this again and again, I'm saying this is a platform which will give you a chance to do it, but how good and how well you utilize it, it will depend on your hard work and your ingenuity. Okay, 60 students we are all giving the same knowledge to all of them, but different students make use of it and go and take advantages somewhere else. Okay, so these are a few things, and over to you.
Now, yeah. So now over to Sarveswar ji.
Yeah. Thank you so
Oh,
much,
yeah.
professors, for a great start to understanding the campus. I would like to open the discussion to all the participants. Any question on your mind which you would like to ask our faculty members, please feel free to ask. You can also write it in the chat box in case there is any issue with your microphone. The faculty would be definitely looking into and trying to address the question. So anyone, otherwise, if you want to ask a question, please raise your hand if you have that raise hand option that you're aware of on your Zoom app, and you can use the microphone. Okay. While I think students are trying to understand or create the questions, uh, to both of you, sir, I would just like to ask, because in rural settings, we come across many candidates, who have seen very closely within their family or community uh, the opportunity of entrepreneurship, right? Like people are working, they may be running a shop, they could be doing like something related to agricultural products. Um, would you like to share any instance of how the social work program can also support any of our aspirants or many of the aspirants who might also, keep their option open of not just with a placement, say from the campus, but they might also want to apply their knowledge and look into the opportunity of entrepreneurship, if you would like to highlight.
Yeah, I think you have. I think you are aware about that. Mr. Razu Kendre, he is our alumnus, where actually he is started his own organization. Basically, two type of students we get from the rural development. One thing is that there are some students who directly go and start their non-governmental organization.
Right, sir.
That is one type of student. Second type of students are who actually really want to do an entrepreneurial activities. So that actually helps in a way that you have a course in a fourth semester, I think third semester. Third semester you have a models of rural entrepreneurship. So that models of rural entrepreneurship provides an idea to the students who want to start their own venture. So it talks about that. It pitches from that how there are two courses. One more course is that farm and non-farm livelihood issues. These two courses actually helps the student to provide conceptual understanding, and the campus has institute has a TISS incubation foundation in Mumbai campus, but we have incubation connect with Unlimited India, and you have many other. You have IIT Kanpur. For that reason, I want to give an the extension of what Dr. Sridhar Samant talked about, technology for the rural development. So I think you know that IIT Delhi, you have a Center for Rural Technology. The Center for Rural Technology is developed a machine for some people who makes a tulsi malas. So that technology not adopted by the people. The beneficiaries not adopted the people. Then they asked the rural development student. They hired almost all our students, around 20-30 students. So it actually helps them to understand the social aspects of a technology. So it is, I'll give an example. When I teach models of rural entrepreneurship, I always suggest the students, you look for the three institutions, some of them asking about what are the future opportunities, higher education opportunities after completing of this course. So you have a Center for Rural Technologies in rural areas, which is in IIT Bombay, and one thing is in Center for Rural Technology in IIT Guwahati, and Center for Rural Technology in IIT Delhi. They actually pick up our students for a PhD. They pick up these students for PhD. Some of them graduate there and look for opportunities, start their own startups, and or work as a social scientists in many organizations. So I say that any idea. So the rural development students, basically RD students, started a rural development lab recently. Previously, there are many other initiatives are there. So basically, this rural development lab is one of such initiative to create entrepreneurial acumen among the students. So are the villages. So this way is that entrepreneurship is a thinking. Man, it is not like entrepreneurship means you study the entrepreneurship course means you have to start an enterprise. It's not only like that. Entrepreneurial mindset. Entrepreneurial mindset means it is objectifying. So what you are going to what is your aim to create something. So what is your roadmap? So the entrepreneurial thinking will help to become an entrepreneur. So there is opportunity now. The public policy also has a favorable situation in many other states. Uh, so now anybody want to become, then the institute can help us. Institute will help them. It's not like that very funding in a direct funding. So there are other programs. I just take a little a minute time. So we have there are fellowships. Somebody want to work for the rural development after completing of the course. They can provide that what is their plan. We want to work for the rural areas. So they can be offered a fellowship, which we call it is a ICICA fellowship, that we can be provided not more than 2 years. There they can work. They have to, there are processes. You are aware about that. There are, if you are getting any fund, then you have to show them a progress report and everything. Then you can get funding for 2 years. Then you can use that for your higher education, or you can start your own activity to bring a social change. Yeah. Anushka has some question.
Right, right. Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir, for putting that forward. Maybe I mean, before Anushka, I would just like to take a question from the chat box, if you will allow,
Yes,
because that was asked a
yeah,
little
they are
earlier.
already typed many questions, so you can take that also.
So Midlaj asks a question which Sri Krishna sir has, answered to a great extent, which is what are the higher studies options after MSW rural development? Is what Midlaj asks. Sir, if you would like to answer that question.
That's what I'm telling. So there are opportunities in India for doctoral studies, and abroad also. There are many students of ours. Previously, we had a student exchange program with SIDA, Swedish International Development Agency, where we had exchange of the students, particularly rural development students, with Gothenburg University, School of Department of Social Work, Gothenburg University, and School of Social Work with Lund University. So for some time, that SIDA kept a hold on that. Otherwise, every year, 2 students usually go to either this university or that university, and they complete 1 semester there and then come back to campus. That is one thing. Another thing, there are many fellowships available internationally, and you can go for your higher education in social work or in your rural development. You can go for that. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Anushka, you may go ahead with your question. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Sir, as you said that TISS Mumbai has an incubation center. So if we take, like, if we are admitted into TISS Tuljapur, so are we eligible to be funded by TISS Mumbai or not?
Yeah. So
And
previously, yeah. So
and so
previously,
secondly,
yeah. You have a
yes, sir.
question for that?
Yes, sir. One
Yeah, sorry.
more thing. That, sorry, sir. That at present, is the student exchange program going on like for this year, from 2024 to 26? If we are a part of TISS Tuljapur, so is there any student exchange program for this year as well, or it is not there?
Yeah, it's depend upon SIDA, because Swedish International Development Agency has to provide a grant to TISS, because TISS is a public funded institute. We have to get a fund from the Sweden, and then only it will be decided. Okay, so at this point of time, we cannot say that you are there is a program is there which you can for exchanger. So that we don't know now. It may be possible they have, and then you can. There is a process. Again, there will be a process for that. That's one. Second thing is that you are asking about TISS Incubation Foundation. TISS Incubation Foundation for all TISS campuses. All TISS campuses students can enroll. Number one. Since you are asking about a fund, previously we had a Development Bank of Singapore DBS funding. So now it's no more DBS funding for this. So there are many incubation centers. So there are many what I say, that competitions are happening across the country. You can pitch your idea, then definitely you will get a funding. Okay. So since you are doing an entrepreneurship, you should be something like objective wise, that you pull, either it is a non-profit or profit. People should buy your idea, isn't it? Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, Amisha asks, Is it difficult to get into TISS? How would you like to address that question?
So, there is even I'll tell you, a few years back, our director, Professor Parasuraman, his daughter also given exam. She also couldn't get the admission in the institute. So it's basically happened in a different compartmental. For example, previously we had our own test. Now you have a CU set. You are given a weightage in that, which is not this. And other thing is that you have a extempo and online personal interview. So the different people will assess you that. So we cannot say anything, but it's a competition. When you have a competition, it has. But there are many organizations like this Catalyst and other. They actually helps many students get a help through that and get into the TISS. That's all. I can't say much about that because we don't know that what happens actually.
Thank you so much. Thank you for also mentioning us, sir. That's really kind of you. We go to the next one. What about hostel facilities and fee structure?
Yeah. So there are fee structure. The students has to go through that brochure, which is already circulated among the students. So there are two things are there. One thing is the tuition fee and other fees, hostel and dining hall. So our hostel and dining hall is a services which is provided by the students through institute, which you have to pay for that. If you are going to get the scholarship, this program is listed by the various governments where you get a scholarships. And there is some of the students are asking about is there financial aid is available. So there is a financial aid is available at TISS. But the financial aid is not a completely 100% or 50%. It is something like that. The financial aid you will be given, you have to pay first year, you have to pay the fees. Then you will get aid for the second year. So based on that, there will be a committee which decides that how much financial aid should be given to each student based on the certain criteria. So, but the financial aid will be given for dining hall and hostel, in some cases both. Okay. So there is a one more fellowship is there for Doshi Vakil. There is a one person who actually instituted Doshi Vakil. That is for given for a completely a girl child. That will have a little more component for addressing of the expenses of the student. But one thing is that all the financial aid will be adjusted in against your fees. There is no financial aid will be given to the hand. And I'll tell you one more thing. There was a cognizant fellowship. I don't know. Sridhar can elaborate on that. Previously we had a cognizant fellowship, particularly for the rural development students. Rural development students, particularly. That fellowship is good. It comes around 1.2 lakh rupees. The fellowship, it's again, some of them, if you ask me after you join the program and you ask me that, sir, you said that Cognizant Foundation I didn't get. Again, that will go to the committee because that will have around 10 fellowships might be for the program. Then you will get it. The committee will decide that who can get it. That is also has a depend upon your first and second semester course, the grade also.
Right, so thank you so much. Samuel asks, after doing social work in rural development, can a student go into other fields of the social sector too? Or is it limited to rural setting?
No, it can be. Some of our students are working for corporate social responsibility. I think Sridhar left. There are some students are in CSR, TVS, CSR, Srinivasam Trust. So basically, the student is doing in a planning side of that. So it's not only limited to social work in a grassroots level cadre. See, it's depend upon a student. So we give a same information to all the students. We teach all them. So it is a student interest. Either the student want to work at a grassroots level or a mid level or at a policy level. So there are students whom we are having works in 3 levels. It's depend upon the skill set which a student has and capabilities. Yeah, Maga has a question is that I received a mail, is it sent to? So there is a criteria. So the criteria is that the students who are got a score, so they are sent to that, you are shortlisted and you have to apply. See, now it is not shortlisted doesn't mean that you are ensuring of a admission. After shortlisting, you have to apply for the interview. So where you have to fill there is you have to go to the appl.tiss.edu where you will go and it will guide you that what are the procedure you have to follow. So after that you will then the students again there will be some criteria which will make you that these are the shortlisted candidates for the online personal interview. So then that will happen in maybe second week of June it may happen. Till now the dates might not be announced because 24th is the last date for filling of the applications. So after that our admission team will get back to you for further procedure.
Yes, Anushka, you want a follow-up question? Please ask.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask that as there are two further procedures, one is the extempore and second one will be the personal interview. So is the extempore an eliminatory procedure or
No,
there will
both happens.
later?
Both.
Okay, sir.
So you will be given extempo the moment you enter into the interview, the Zoom, it happens through online. So you will enter into that, you will be given a topic to speak around 3 minutes on the topic. So it's related with some issue, rural issue or something, rural development. So if you will speak on that, whatever the time you speak, after that, the personal interview will start and they will
Okay.
inform you, your extempo is over, now we are starting a personal interview. Even you don't speak anything in extempo.
Yes,
So
sir.
they will wait for 3 minutes. After that, the personal interview will start.
Okay, sir.
Is
So
it
one
clear?
thing,
Yeah.
only if you could give any example that what will be the topics for the extempore or is there any
Yeah. Is it related with rural development issues? Any policies, programs with regard to rural development?
okay, sir.
Be
Thank you
aware,
so much.
Yeah.
be aware of the latest happenings.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that
Okay.
is important. What Xavier sir is talking.
Ritika, if you have access to your microphone, would you like to ask the question directly over the microphone?
Yeah, sure, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm Ritika. I have a question that as I am also from a rural area, so if a student means we have an idea to change the rural areas, for example, labor facing challenges or alcohol like issues. So if we share any idea with the TISS like institute, so how does it work, sir? Do they appreciate our work or what do means what means वो हम लोगों के आइडियाज को अप्रिशिएट करके क्या उसे सोशल चेंजेस में लाने के लिए हेल्पफुल होते हैं?
Yeah, there is, I told you, the rural development lab. So that rural development lab is the initiative of the students where you can take your ideas and you can get a support. There is various mechanisms. If you can ask, for example, see, when you are talking about the resources are limited. So same thing you say that in your class you have 10 students will come up with 10 ideas. So accommodate all 10 ideas, it might not be possible. Then you have to choose that which are the ideas which you can talk about. If you are talking about alcoholism is basically the attitude, isn't it? So you can use various social work methods to make them to understand about that what are the things happening with that. So I don't think for that you don't need much the financial resources. It's a matter of roadmap. So definitely the faculty team and you have social workers at Tuljapur who are dedicatedly for supporting various the field level activities. So with that, and rural development lab is created and taking up these kind of activities. So you can push there and you can make it. It's not like that institute will take up and institute will do something. Majorly in TISS, the thing is that more liberty will be given to the students. If there is any idea, it will be supported. It can be provided more clarity and provide a roadmap. But it's ultimately the student to take. Either the student is going to take or not.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Shreyan, you raised your hand. Please go ahead with your question. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. I'm Shreyan, and I'm just doing my economic honors. I'm in my third year, so I really want to know that as I'm doing my economics honors now, so if I take up Masters of Social Work, so how will it help me in my career, being an economic student?
Economic student.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in economics, you have economics is a very broad area, isn't it? So which specialization of economics you are trying? Is it a developmental economics? Is it a financial economics?
So mainly Indian economics, Indian
Indian
development.
economy is a one subject, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Indian economy talks about various issues related with Indian economy. Like you talk about human capabilities. Okay. You talk about poverty.
Yes.
You talk about
Yes, sir.
high dependence on agriculture and disguised unemployment. So these are all
Yes.
things we will talk about in our course. So economics is a science. Economics is a rational science, isn't it? The rational
Yes.
science can provide a social problem into a quantification.
Yes.
So if you can use your economics knowledge into addressing our social problems, definitely you will become a good social scientist.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's depend upon your capability. You have to enhance and you have to connect both. Otherwise, you
Yes,
will
sir.
also become like a Karl Marx. So
Yes.
it's like that, isn't it? So it's
Yes, sir.
definitely a future, but you have to see yourself how it can be given.
Thank you, sir.
There's a Shamil Joseph is asking a question that is it a promotional mail? It is not a promotional mail. We don't know about your score. Okay. So the shortlisted candidates who are actually written a CU set and got your scores. So the list we received from the CU set, okay, NTA, and we are giving to all the students who are eligible for the program. Okay. So as TISS has the admission process is that extempo and personal interview. So we return to all the students who are shortlisted and we asked them to apply for the program. If you are really interested in MA in social work in rural development, you have to go through and apply for the program and you have to clear the our online personal interview to get admission. So, and I gone through that some questions. So we have a hostel facility. Hostel facility is provided and we have a good hostel and you will have a very beautiful view of the hostel and a hill view. But you have to pay for that. You have to pay. If you pay, then we will provide you the opportunity to stay in the hostel and everything. Okay. Don't worry, these things will be yeah, Jessica, almost all livelihood missions are coming to recruit our students. And we have a CSRs, ICICI Foundation, you have a TVS Srinivasam Trust, and you have Deshpande Foundation. There are many other notable organizations comes and recruit our students.
And to add here, our students are working in Big Four also, KPMG,
Yes.
Lawton, Grant Thornton, Morningstar, and others. But it's on their own again.
Yeah.
Okay, KPMG doesn't come for placement. Even though we are calling for them, they don't come for placements. But students, after working 1 or 2 years, not all students, some dynamic students have been able to work in KPMG and others, and they are doing really good. So PwC, KPMG, Morningstar, to name a few. Okay, but not all, but few, but still they are working there. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Magna is eligible for extempo interview subject to you have to fill the application form. You have to fill the application form, and there is some application fees you have to pay and fill the form. Then the further process will happen. Yeah, Samuel, you can apply. You can apply. You can change your prefer. You can apply. If you received your mails, means you can apply. Ritika,
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm trying to fill the application form, but I'm facing an issue that my documents have been like I have selected the wrong documents, and I want to remove that, but there is no option available. There is disable
so
the option.
I just posting a mail ID. Okay. So you write to him.
Okay, sir.
Hmm?
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
So anything, any technical issues, you please write to this email ID. You will get a clarification. Nikhil Kumar, you just uh, go through that. There is no special fees for different table, but uh, there is a financial aid you can apply. If other things are matching, then you will be definitely will be supported. Okay.
Samuel is asking a follow-up question of the correction window.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. I just written a one email ID.
Sure.
You please write to them, because that's a technical team which actually coordinated with our central admission team, which will be in Mumbai. So they definitely will help you. Okay. So please write to that, and if anything is there, you write to us. We can help you in other way. At the last start, you don't write very initially. You write to them, and if you don't get anything, reach us. We can help you. The what is that?
हेलो सर।
Yeah.
हाँ सर, क्या मैं मराठी में हिंदी में बात कर सकता हूँ सर?
हाँ, बात करो।
हाँ सर, तो मेरा है ना सर, मुझे मेल आया है सर तुलजापुर कैंपस के लिए, आरडी के लिए सिलेक्शन फॉरवर्ड के।
हम्म।
तो सर जैसे कि मेरा 2 साल का गैप था। अभी रिसेंटली मेरा एक पीजी डिप्लोमा कोर्स कंप्लीट हुआ है सर। तो गैप के बारे में इंटरव्यू में कुछ पूछेंगे क्या सर आप?
आप लिखो ना गैप सर्टिफिकेट, मतलब आपको लिखता है तो, नहीं तो एक अंडरटेकिंग लिख दीजिए। आपको हायर एजुकेशन के प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, नहीं तो आप एमपीएससी को प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, वो लिख करके दे दीजिए। वो अंडरटेकिंग लेटर भेज दीजिए, एक लेटर लिख के भेज दीजिए। दे विल एक्सेप्ट इट।
It is
मेल
not
करना पड़ेगा सर?
yes, sir.
हेलो सर।
Please go ahead, sir.
No, Sridhar, you are going to say something.
No, I was telling him कि वो डिसएडवांटेज नहीं है आपको। 2 साल का नहीं हुआ तो
Okay.
ऐसा कुछ पेनलाइज नहीं करेंगे, बट क्या है वो क्राइटेरिया फुलफिल कर दो।
ऐसा है क्या सर? सर जैसे कि और एक दूसरा क्वेश्चन था सर, अभी मेरा रूरल डेवलपमेंट तुलजापुर के लिए हुआ है, तो क्या मैं और किसी कोर्स के लिए और अप्लाई कर सकता हूँ क्या सर इसमें? जैसे मुंबई कैंपस के या हैदराबाद कैंपस के लिए?
So he's asking that can he apply for programs in Mumbai and Hyderabad? Sridhar?
जैसे हम्म।
तो वो हम नहीं बोल सकता है। यू हैव टू, आप हमारा सेंट्रल एडमिशन टीम के लिख दीजिए, वो लोग बताएगा। क्योंकि बट अभी कोई कोई शॉर्टलिस्ट हुआ इसी प्रोग्राम के लिए, उसको मेल भेज रहे हैं टिस से, टिस तरफ से।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सर।
या
नमिता, अगर आपको अंग्रेजी में समझने में दिक्कत हो रहा है तो आप प्लीज हिंदी में प्रश्न पूछ सकते हो फैकल्टी से.
Yeah. Yes, you can speak in Hindi.
नो प्रॉब्लम.
हेलो सर.
Yeah.
हेलो
ठीक है.
सर, वो आपने जो अभी शॉर्ट लिस्टेड के बताए थे ना, MHWRD के बारे में, वो हिंदी में बताइए थोड़ा. सर, सुनाई दे रहा है आपको?
हाँ, दे रही है.
Yes, yes,
आपका
yes,
सवाल
yes.
क्या है?
वो आपने जो अभी MHWRD के बारे में जो ईमेल आया था सबको, शॉर्ट लिस्टेड वाला, उसके बारे में थोड़ा हिंदी में बताइए.
वही है, हमको सीयू सेट से एक लिस्ट मिला है. ये स्टूडेंट्स एलिजिबल है आपका प्रोग्राम करने के लिए. सो वो लिस्ट का बात हम सबको भेज दिया. आप वो मेल रिसीव करने के बाद आप खुद ही अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा ये प्रोग्राम के लिए, क्योंकि टाटा इंस्टीट्यूट में और 2 स्टेप है वो एडमिशन के लिए. एक है एक्सटेम्पो है, दूसरे है ऑनलाइन पर्सनल इंटरव्यू है. आफ्टर एप्लीकेशन भरने के बाद देन आपको फिर से मेल मिलेगा एडमिशन टीम से, कब इंटरव्यू है क्या है. उसके लिए आपको फॉर्म भरना पड़ता है.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
या प्लीज Xavier.
या सर, मुझे ये पूछना था सर कि असल में मैंने फॉर्म ऑलरेडी भर चुका था, एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, और उसके बाद मुझे ये ईमेल आया कि मैं शॉर्टलिस्ट हुआ हूँ. अब ये बात ये है कि एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में 2 लोकेशन से अपन सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, तो मैंने हैदराबाद और मुंबई सेलेक्ट किया था, तुलजापुर नहीं किया हो. तो अब मैं जब शॉर्टलिस्ट हो गया हूँ, तो जो मैंने प्रेफरेंस डाला वो मैं चेंज कर सकता हूँ क्या, कि वही मुझे सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा?
That you have to write to our admission team.
Okay.
Okay, but when you are filling up a CU set application, you might be opted this course. That is the reason you received that mail.
नो सर, एक्चुअली 3 में ऑप्शन डाल रहा था, बट वहां पे फिर आया कि इट इज ओनली
No,
लिमिटेड टू 2 लोकेशंस.
no, but you unless you opt that, we will not get the data, na. Or it might be
सर,
something a technical issue. If you are not you
ओके.
are so sure that you didn't opt it might be some in some mistakenly you might be received. You can ignore it.
ओके.
Yeah.
It's not mandatory to talk in English. You can talk in Hindi also.
Yeah.
Hindi or English.
In Marathi,
अच्छा.
Sridhar can address that. For sake of
Like it depends.
But you know
But
one
we try
thing.
to keep it 2 languages.
But one thing I tell you, all the students, we are also studied in vernacular medium, and we are studying here. See, but you know, when we are communicating with other things, emotionally it is okay. Why we are not talking this language, that language, that emotionally works out. But when it comes to that teaching, the teaching will happen in the institute in English only. Okay. So you have to write exams also in English. So that is the thing. There is nothing. We don't have any demeaning or disrespecting any regional language. We have a students from across almost all the states in our classes. So we respect each culture. We respect each and everyone, because we also have 0% tolerance in Tata Institute. We don't discriminate or demean anybody. But when it comes to the communication, we prefer English and Hindi. That's the thing. So don't take in other offending way. Okay.
Yes, and we have learning program courses
Yes.
also.
Yes, we
We
have
learn.
a bridge courses also started to provide the students, vernacular medium students, to excel in the English language. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and we have training programs. The CGPC program teaches students to how to write the resume, how to sit for the interviews, prepare themselves for the interviews and that stuff, which is again a student-led initiative, but we do that, and it has got a good response. So we do take initiatives, whatever we can, in a small way, we do.
I'll just share my experience to all the students. I was teaching in a social innovations and entrepreneurship program, not in rural development. There are 3-4 students came to me and they asked me, "Sir, आप क्यों नहीं हिंदी में पढ़ाते हैं?" Then I told them, see, first of all, I don't know much Hindi. So second thing is that even I teach in Hindi, you have to write exam in English. So try to learn it. I told them. They are very offended with my words and they didn't talk to me some days. But you know, when it comes to the placement, they are the first people who placed in the placement cell. So that's a change. I could see them. Now they only speak in English with me. So it's not like that. Once the comes to the TISS environment, Tuljapur environment, that will provide you. So you learn many things from the TISS and you will also teach many things to your peers. Your peers also will teach you. So don't worry about that. Even if you are vernacular medium, don't worry. But your peers, if you are interested, you really want to learn something and do something, then you will get support. One from the institute, from the teachers and your peers. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, can I ask something?
Yeah, please.
Good afternoon. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Actually, my question was, will we be restricted to only rural setup, like 5-10 years, if I see from here, like after completing this course, because it is explicitly for rural thing. So, but the thing is, we have many opportunities in urban areas as well. So, what kind of exposure will we get, and would we will we be equipped after 2 years for going anywhere and expanding our horizon of career?
Yeah, I tell you, Bhubaneswar is a good question, but this campus is rural development campus and it works for the rural areas.
Okay.
So there are our other campuses offering urban courses. If really you want to be in urban areas, so you can choose urban development, urban governance, cities and planning. There are many other courses which are offered by our two campuses, was a School of Habitat Studies in Mumbai and School of Development in Hyderabad campus. They are offering that courses and you can look for that courses. But the rural development course is exclusively this campus aim is that to address the rural issues. Okay, and we want to train the rural development professionals. So we don't look at anything as an urban. Even though we have an urban planning course as a course, but we don't emphasize on the urban development.
And also for organizations like Niti Aayog and all, like policy level thing, do we get opportunities to work there while we pursue our rural development? Because
See,
in Mumbai campus, I have seen many people have been working there.
It is a internships which offered by the Niti Aayog. Timely the students can apply and the teachers can provide a reference letters. So you have to go. So there is no links directly. The Tata Institute persuade to get any opportunity in Niti Aayog and think tanks. So that we don't do.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. सर मुझे पूछना था कि जस्ट आई एम क्यूरियस कि टेस्ट तुलजापुर में पहले बहुत सारे कोर्सेस थे, अब सिर्फ एक कोर्स क्यों हो गया? एक लिमिटेड कोर्स क्यों हो गया?
It's not limited because the new education policy is emphasizing on 1-year master's programs. So this is actually we have to start the students who are going from 2002-4 you are admitting, you are graduating in 2006. By this time, the 4 years bachelor students will come into the picture. So we are actually trying to make our campus into align with new education policy having of a 1-year programs. So that's the reason it's not only Tuljapur campus. In other campuses, you have a 60 programs. Now we are offering only 50 programs because slowly, because the program of rural development is actually our primary course. So that's the reason we are continuing that. The same courses will come as a 1-year master programs from next year. That's what I think couple of weeks back we had a discussion and we are working on the 1-year MA programs. We are in the transition of aligning with new education policies.
So, thank you.
एक प्रश्न पूछना था कि
प्लीज
सस्टेनेबिलिटी और ग्रीन जॉब्स की बहुत चर्चा हो रहा है इन दिनों, लाइक बिकॉज बजट्स में हम देख रहे हैं ग्रीन जॉब्स का एक एम्फोसिस हो रहा है। जॉब मार्केट में भी ESG, सस्टेनेबिलिटी, बहुत सारे एस्पिरेंट्स का अभी एक जनरल इंटरेस्ट हो रहा है कि कैसे हम लोग ट्रांजिट कर पाएं, इंटरफेस कर पाएं ग्रीन जॉब सेक्टर में। तो टिस तुलजापुर के सोशल वर्क स्कूल से ऐसे अगर आप थोड़ा एग्जांपल्स शेयर कर सकते हैं कि व्हाट आर द लाइक पार्ट्स ऑफ द करिकुलम, या पिछले 3-4 साल में जो चेंजेस आप लोग भी नोटिस कर रहे हो इस जॉब सेक्टर में ग्रीन जॉब्स के लिए सोशल वर्क रूरल डेवलपमेंट में कैसे सपोर्ट स्टूडेंट्स रिसीव करते हैं। थैंक यू।
So we have courses like 3 courses related to environment. So environment climate change is one, disaster management is others, natural resource governance is another thing. So there are 3 dimensions that we have there, and I'm teaching. So I am teaching ESG and the recent research methodologies and other aspects of environment that they are there. We try to bring in. Not all is possible. Whatever we can include and whatever we can do, we are including that. We are preparing decent, and like few of them have gone to Morningstar and other ESG jobs. Okay, but it's also due to their efforts that they're going. We train them, but we don't have a specific. We had a sustainable livelihood and natural resource governance course earlier, which recently we have taught. But even RD programs, I think so. We are preparing our students well. They are better off compared to they are equivalent to other people, those who are learning with that. Okay, it's what again, that's a myth, like आपको course करना है तो ही सीखेंगे. No, you have to have a learning attitude. If you have a learning attitude, you can do anything. This will provide you a platform. We will tell you about ESG, we'll tell you about climate change, we'll tell you about environment. But how long will you take it? What will you take it? How far will you take it? Depends on you. So people take dissertations on topic related to that and do it well. Some people don't do it well. So, but Morningstar, the people who have got to see Morningstar and other think tanks, they have put an extra effort to get the knowledge of that. So we try to bring that knowledge, but only ESG and that thing, we don't do that. But yeah, some part of environment and introductory part to ESG, what is that and what are other aspects of environment dimension, we do bring it. But it depends on the student how far he wants to take it. सब आके क्लास में सिखाना है, मैं सिर्फ सुनूंगा and I'll do it, that doesn't happen. That will not happen in any of the courses, and that will not take you forward. So that effort should be from the two-way process, from the faculty and from the student, if he or she wants to take it right.
And actually, it is in the process of having of empaneling the courses which are offered by the NTPL. So UGC listed courses which are free is available in the online platform. You have to watch videos, and so that we are in the process of making of a 1 or 2 courses in mandatory of each program, because it's actually the rural development program is very hectic program among all the programs in Tuljapur campus. So the students never been in getting any time to have any other activity except their curriculum activities, co-curricular activities. So we are also thinking to provide 1 or 2 courses. That is actually we are in the process of empaneling of UGC the courses, which maybe is one is that tools, and another one may be a climate change might be in that list of the courses at this point.
Yes. Well, another thing I have to add today, access to knowledge is not a problem. It used to be a hurdle earlier. Today you have MIT, every Harvard or anything, courses are easily available. Now that requires an effort by the students to go out and do it. We will tell them, keep telling my students what to do and what not to do. We tell them and that they can access. So Bappa, if you want to share his experiences, should he share now or later?
They're all waiting for Bappa. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Go ahead. Yeah, he's a student. Bappa Ritya Mehta is a student of RD, just passing out this year. Okay, from RD program itself, among the toppers in RD program. So who's the topper? I think so only after the results will come to know. Okay, Okay, is in contention for the best student. Go ahead, Bappa. So share your experiences.
Good evening, everyone. Hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I am from 2020 to 2024 batch. So I guess when I will pass out, you guys will get admitted. So I'm originally from West Bengal. So I will try to keep it very brief, my experience. So basically, in the theories part, you will get a lot of different kinds of subjects, like holistically, I'm talking about, like understanding Indian society, political economy, social work history, ideologies, social movements, research methods, gender and development. Other than that, like environment, climate change, livelihood issues, development organization. Other than that, you will also have dissertation and internships. So basically, there are three fieldworks and one internship. So as Sudhir sir has already told you, ki in the first semester you will have a fieldwork in rural areas. Second semester you have fieldwork with an NGO, and in third you will have fieldwork with an government agency. So other than that, there is, as Saman sir already mentioned, ki there is a career guidance and placement cell who prepares us for our placements and our career prospects and all. So basically, mostly the organizations that are coming in our campus are mostly NGOs, CSRs, and government institutions. Uh, Government institutions as in like Rajivika, Kudumbashri, Bihar, Jivika, all these things. So I'm currently placed in Kudumbashri NRO. Other than these aspects, like extracurricular activities are also there. Like there is, as Sudhir sir already mentioned about Rural Development Lab, there is also an e-cell, there is also Shashwat during our tenure in the campus. So there is also extracurricular activities that you can be a part of. So there are different students of different diversities, like from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu, from Northeast, from West Bengal. So different state students are also there. So it will be a very dynamic, diversified place for you. And also, as a part of being a TISS student, you will also have that brand name of TISS. So obviously, there will be a lot of networking opportunities for you being a TISS student. So the location of the campus is also like, as sir already mentioned, it is like a rural area. So it is a very different experience and a very unique experience. You will there is it is a remote area, and as I already mentioned about the natural beauty of the location of Tuljapur. So you will have a very unique experience living beyond an urban settings also. And there is obviously sir mentioned about the resources in the campus. So you will have access to library resources where you can access various types of journals, uh, theses, research papers, etc. And other than that, as a experience as a student, you will obviously have a very rich experience because you will have 1 month fieldwork to live in rural areas or other settings also. So the fieldwork experiences will be with your group of 5, 6 students with you, or you will also have a dissertation where uh, you will able to enhance your research skills. You will understand more about higher research also. Also, you will also have a experience of community engagement and able to have an interdisciplinary approach towards understanding the society also. So these are the experiences in a one sum. So I hope I didn't take much time.
No, no. Thank you, Bappa.
Not at all, Bappa. Thank you so much, and congratulations for getting hired. We really, wish you the best. It's a start of a great journey. We're all sure. And before we wrap this session up, any final
There's one question.
questions from anyone?
Yeah,
Yes.
UG or PG ke beach 5 year
Yeah.
gap. It's okay. There is no problem as such. But just tell them what you have done in that period. It's okay. Like there are many students who do this administrative services and others don't click and they come back and do it. But you have to justify that, and your interview should be good. So that you have to do. You have to show that you're eligible. There's no negative as such, but आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा why you are the best to be selected.
Hi, sir. Good evening. I am Aditya.
Okay.
Hello. Sir, good to see you, Saman sir and Sudhir sir. Sir, I was a student of PGD WAS program in 2019 and 20. Sir, I have applied for the PGD, MARD program, but my HUKP 21 score is not so good. I have scored very less. So I just want to know, कितना अगर मतलब कि ऐसे मतलब मुझे मेल ऐसे मिला तो है इससे, बट कितना मैं एक्सपेक्ट करके चलूँ कि एडमिशन के लिए इतना स्कोर हो जाना ज्यादा बेहतर रहेगा मतलब आरडी के लिए, क्योंकि मैं बहुत सारा एंथुजियास्टिक हूँ वापस से आरडी करने के लिए, मास्टर्स के लिए।
Do you know, Aditya, we will not get any revealed of these things. I think,
Yes,
TISS
sir.
maintain that secrecy, because in TISS we have follow that, and no third party will know that what is the case. Even if you go for interview, we will not know that what is your CUT score.
Yes, sir.
And we will be only, even interview, we will not know that what is your name. We will be knowing that your code number. So that was
Yes, sir.
that kind of secrecy we maintain, as you know that.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
hence we don't know much about that. What would be the score? Is
Uh,
that better score and other things? You go through the process. You go through the process and hope for the best.
यस सर, एक्चुअली बहुत लेस मार्क्स है मेरे, बट वो मेरे मुझे मेल मिला तो बहुत एक एनर्जी आई है वापस से सर कि मैं क्या मैं क्वालिफाई कर
You apply,
सकता हूँ।
Aditya. Please apply for them. Okay, if you ask me, I say that you apply.
यस सर।
Okay, you apply, and hope so that we can meet again, and yeah.
यस
Yeah,
सर।
this question is coming. What kind of questions are being asked in the interview? So we can't
Yes.
tell you what kind of questions.
It's depend upon what is your bachelor's program you did it. Okay, what are the subjects you studied in that? Somebody is talking about what is the, see, we look at three kind of things. One thing is that what is your command on your bachelor program subjects, number one. Number two is that what is the student's interest to do this course, and what is the student aspiration. Okay, and third thing is that what is your contemporary knowledge of the rural development. So I just suggest all of the students, you don't tell that I am from the rural area and so I should do this program. Don't do that. Don't tell that. We come across with this kind of general argument of the student. This, I am from the rural area. Of course, there are students who are not from the rural area also do something good for the rural area. It's not that rural people only will do it. Okay, you are from rural area and you want to bring a change at your place. It's absolutely fine, and we want such kind of aspirants to come up. But you also have to see that your command on the subjects and contemporary of issues of rural development of everything that you try to you try to know about things. That's the thing. Other than this, I cannot give any elaborate things about that. What kind of question I am going to come, what question you are, because we can't do that. We don't do that. These are all things you try. So any other questions if you have, then otherwise. Yeah.
So the questions are same concern because I applied to 4 to 5 CUT paper. I'm not getting the questions.
See, you may apply for, see, I tell you how it operates, what we do. So now everything is going with a CU set. So the CU set will provide us, because we listed in the NTA CU set. So when we are asking about this program, we listed in your CU set and how many people are qualified this program. They provide a list of the student names. Either what you did with that, or we don't know that. We get this much of list. So that list, we will ask all the students to apply for our program to do the further process. Okay, so we cannot answer that you applied 4, 5 because we don't have any data. If it is a previous our net examination, then we may have some data about our 3 programs, because you can opt for 3 programs. So now we don't know that about what happened with CU set. Sorry, we cannot answer you that.
Okay, so we cannot thank each of the participants and the faculty members for helping all of us out understanding the rural development program, the very charming campus at TISS Tuljapur. There's no doubt about the fact that, as also endorsed by their very own Bapaditto, that it's a great ecosystem to be in, and to learn and engage with opportunities of the future. Thank you so much, Professor
And,
Sri Krishna. Professor
And we
Sridhar.
also can't leave the session without thanking you. And
No.
it is we thank you for your efforts to interact with rural development aspirants. And one thing I tell you that I told you also previously, you are really catalyst in connecting with that the aspirants and the organization, Education Institute in the new era. I see that your organizations are actually is connecting the people, and we also can't live without thanking you on behalf of TISS fraternity from Tuljapur campus. And thank you very much, and namaste.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
Sridhar sir. Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
participants.
Sauraveswar.
Yeah.
Thank you, all students. We hope to see you all on the campus.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
All the
sir.
best.
All the
Thank
best
you,
to all
sir.
of you. Please apply by the 24th of May, which is the last date as of now. Do not keep your application waiting till the last night, please.
23rd.
Do not, because sometimes what happens, the server can act up.
Crash.
Your connectivity can have latency, right? और उस टाइम ना रात को टिस केयर कोई भी फैकल्टी बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है एड्रेस करने, क्योंकि द आईटी टीम मे नॉट बी अवेलेबल, राइट? तो आप प्लीज अपने 2 या 3 दिन मिनिमम बफर या उससे भी ज्यादा बफर रख के एप्लीकेशन कंप्लीट कर दीजिए, रूरल डेवलपमेंट में शामिल हो जाइए, एंड वी लुक फॉरवर्ड टू अ ग्रेट फ्यूचर अहेड थ्रू योर वर्क. Once again, from all of us, thank you so much and stay well.
Thank you.
And have
Thank
great
you all.
weekend ahead.
Thank you all students for coming. Thank you, Bappa, for being there. Thank you, Sauraveswar, for giving the platform. And all the very best wherever you are. I wish you all the best and great luck forward.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Dhanyavad. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Sudhir sir.
Yeah, thank you, Sridhar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.